Hey guys, this is Zachary Ellis and this is my manuscript speech. The power of loss is something that words cannot describe. Having something ripped from your heart and gone from your life is something that can change the way you live. It can alter everything you do. I'm sure you've all lost something at some point in your life or someone in your life, and that pain has stung, made you change the way you do things forever, made it change the way you live. I'm familiar with loss and dealing with pain. I believe pain has driven me to greater growth in my life, as well as forced me to mature and be capable of handling myself throughout time. So my life was going great and smooth, and I had a fantastic group of friends who would do anything for me and believed in anything I did when I was in high school. We always had each other's back, hung out whenever we could because we were young, enjoyed the company, and it made things a lot easier throughout all difficult times. One specific friend was always by my side throughout everything. When my father passed away, she was actually one of the first people to comfort me, do things when I needed, always offer guidance and support, and it was really helpful throughout these times. So she made sure I was okay, comforted me, and always checked up on me even after the event and from time to come years later through this time. And suddenly on the morning of Monday, November 21st, 2016, my friend was taken from me. I was on my way to Atlanta that morning when I got a phone call from one of my best guy friends who told me the news. She was one of the most joyous, heartwarming, caring, compassionate souls that I knew, and she had her life cut short from a very selfish individual. I was on my way to Atlanta to make a little extra money that morning from personal business like selling shoes, and I got the phone call, like I said, which was very shocking. It was a different situation, something that I was not prepared for. None of us in the car, any of my friends and my brother in the car were prepared for it. I received a phone call from my friend and I was just stunned. I was very shocked at what I'd heard. I had to make sure I heard him right because I wasn't prepared for the news he gave me. And it was my girlfriend and my grandmother in the car with me at that time. And asked me what happened, and we're checking in on me in the car, and I was just really silent for multiple minutes. I was not answering. I sat there, kept driving, kind of in a blank stare, and a few minutes later I did break down, and it was hard to control tears and draw back emotions because I kind of started thinking about what had happened and just what this meant and how it not only affected me, but it affected all of us, all my friends, the high school, my best friend's family, what they were thinking, what was going on with them. And it was a very tough moment for me to swallow, a hard pill to swallow at that time. So it was a tragedy to lose somebody that I cared about, that was very precious to me. And just to realize that you don't get another chance to speak to this person, and there's no changing things or changing your past, making any new changes in the future, because it's over. At that point, it's all over. I did make my trip that day, and I was really just numb to the feeling because it was hard to come to the pure realization of what had gone on through this moment and how to feel. But I came home that night and consoled and mourned with friends. Went over to a friend's house, actually. We had a big gathering, talked, all kind of met with each other, and we're just getting feelings in the air, talking about what really had gone on and how we were all dealing with stuff and how we were going to continue to deal with it from this moment on, because it was just, this isn't something that's just going to go away immediately. So losing someone so close to you is an event none of us were prepared for. We couldn't even imagine this in our deepest thoughts. None of us would have dreamed of this happening. This day went down as one of the worst days of my life, and it changed my life forever. I had a falling out with a lot of these people that I was close with at the time, that we were friends with, the friend group. We all really helped each other get through these moments and make it in life. We went through this and really helped each other for the better at this time, and I don't think we would have made it through without each other. But we did have a falling out, partly just due to preferences in the future that we couldn't control. I think this hurt us. We had some hard feelings against each other over some things that had happened, but the pain through this event drove me to a deeper self-realization that time's not guaranteed and we can all die at any moment. I held the pain in and kept a lot of thoughts to myself, and I stayed motivated just to make not only my life better, but other people's. Try to do the right thing at all times and make sure I was always helpful to anybody I come in contact with, to just make sure I can do anything I can for anybody. So I believe the pain led me to a greater growth. From that painful day to now, my life has changed and flipped, and it's hard to imagine that this happened just 4 years ago at some points. But then some days it feels like it was just yesterday. I could see her smiling, to laugh, because we're all hanging out at the neighborhood pool in the summertime. And it's hard to realize that it did happen so long ago sometimes, and then other times it feels like it happened forever ago. So to this day, it randomly gets to me, maybe a little bit, that just she's not going to get a second chance. And it's nothing she did. There's nothing she could do about this, but she doesn't get another chance. And she didn't walk across the stage to graduate. She won't walk down the aisle to get married, have a kid. None of the life goals she had for the future will be reached. And I want to make sure throughout the rest of my life that whatever I do, I keep her in mind and in my heart to just make her feel like she's a part of everything I do. And I won't let her miss out on valuable life events, because I know she's watching over me and in spirit, and everything I do is going to be making sure that she gets to witness that, looking down, and she can feel proud of it too. So pain is not pleasure, pain is not power. The overwhelming pressure put on you when you think about how bad you wish you could go back in time and change something or change an event, it'll stick with you, because there's always going to be something you will want to change, because you don't know what's going to happen and you can't prepare for things like this. Life's just a roller coaster of pain at times, but it's not fair, and I have no explanation for why certain things happen or why most things happen. All I do know is I lost someone I loved and cared about, and that pain will stick with me for the rest of my life and help me strive to be better. Because when I make it, I feel like we all make it, and that specifically means she made it. Thank you, guys.